Hi everyone, I'm Rosie and welcome back to my channel. After living in New York City for 5 years, I became pretty picky about my bagels. I couldn't find ones I liked in San Francisco, so I learned how to make my own. These bagels are crunchy on the outside, chewy on the inside, and better than anything I can find in the grocery store. This day, I also made sesame bagels using my standard New York style bagel recipe, which I'll link to in the description box. These bagels store really well in the freezer, so I usually like to make a big batch. Once the bagels have cooled off completely, I just wrap them in foil, freeze them, and defrost them the night before I need them. Let's get started. I'm measuring out 550 grams of flour total, with 400 grams of bread flour and 150 grams of whole wheat flour. I add 1 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt, 2 tablespoons of white sugar, and 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast. Then I add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 cup of raisins, and 1 tablespoon of barley malt syrup. Have you ever wondered why bagels taste different from plain bread? It's the barley malt syrup that gives bagels their distinctive taste. Even though it's kind of an unusual ingredient, I highly recommend it. Then I mix in 1½ cups of warm water. I know it sounds strange to add the yeast directly to the flour, but I get my yeast from nuts.com and it's super active, so I find that I don't need that additional step. If you prefer to first activate your yeast in water, please feel free to do that. I'm just going to mix until the dough comes together, and then I let it rest for 30 to 60 minutes. Yes, this is another one of those ugly duckling doughs. Give it some time to hydrate and it'll be much smoother. After the first rise, I like to do a second rise in the fridge to further develop the flavor. This step is optional, and you can let it rise in the fridge for just a few hours or overnight. When I'm ready to make the bagels, I preheat the oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit and bring about 2 liters of water to a boil. To the water bath, I add 1 tablespoon of barley malt syrup. This gives the crust amazing flavor. I divide the dough into 8 pieces. I shape each piece into a tight ball by dragging the dough against the board, rotating it 90 degrees, and then dragging again. I then poke a hole in the middle and dust both the sides and the hole with flour. Once you've made all 8, go back to the first one and stretch it out. The dough will expand quite a bit during boiling and baking, so the hole has to be much bigger than you think you would need. I have 1 egg white here. After I do the first layer, I go back and apply a second layer. The 2 layers make the crust extra shiny and crunchy. Don't worry if your bagels are all shaggy and bumpy at this stage. They will bake up beautifully, I promise. If you love cinnamon raisin bagels as much as I do, I hope you give this recipe a try and let me know how it goes. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more easy cooking and baking videos, and say hi in the comments. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!